Good morning students. In the last lecture we derived the differential equation of simple harmonic motion. Today we are going to solve this differential equation to find out the equations for the acceleration, velocity and displacement of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. So first of all we will see what is the differential equation of the simple harmonic motion. In the last lecture we derived this relation. It is d2x by dt square plus omega square into x is equal to 0. This is the differential equation of simple harmonic motion. So to solve this differential equation we multiply the both sides or the both equations, both terms by multiply both sides by 2 into dx by dt. It is 2 into dx by dt. So it is 2 into dx by dt into d2x by dt square plus 2 into dx by dt plus, or it is omega square multiplied by x is equal to 0. So we multiply both the terms by 2 into dx by dt. Now this whole term is the time derivative of this d dt of dx by dt. So what is this? This is nothing but the derivative of dx by dt and its square plus it is twice dx by dt into omega square x is equal to 0. Now we remove this dt on both sides, so we write here it is derivative of dx by dt its square plus twice omega square x into dx is equal to 0. Now this is the derivative, so we are going to integrate this equation. By integrating this equation we get, while integrating this equation can be written as it is equal to dx by dt is plus twice omega square x square which is equal to 0. But after integration we write here the constant of integration c which is equal to plus c and it is equal to 0. So what happened? After the integration this equation we keep a boundary condition. And what is the boundary condition? The boundary condition is that when x is equal to a, this dx by dt is equal to 0. That is velocity is equal to 0. So here we write this dx by dt is equal to 0. So this is 0 plus twice omega square, or this twice we cancel, it is omega square a square plus c is equal to 0. So we can write this c is equal to omega square a square. While keeping this value in this equation, we get this dx by dt plus omega square x square plus omega square a square, which is equal to 0. Now, while we write this dx by dt is equal to, which is equal to, it is omega square a square minus omega square into x square. So what is dx by dt? It is nothing but the velocity. So we can write here velocity v is equal to omega square in bracket a square minus x square. Okay, but while we taking the under root, okay, while we taking the under root, so we can write here this is the square. Okay. This is v square. So if we take the square root of this equation, we get v is equal to omega under root a square minus x square. So this is the velocity of a particle performing simple harmonic motion, and this is velocity. By deriving the relation for velocity, we can also derive the relation for the displacement of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. So what is the displacement of a particle? The displacement of a particle can be calculated by using this equation v is equal to omega under root a square minus x square. So this is v is equal to omega under root a square minus x square. So this v is nothing but the rate of change of displacement dx by dt is equal to omega under root a square minus x square. Now we separate these terms. After separating the terms, we write this dx divided by root of a square minus x square is equal to omega multiplied by dt. After this, we are going to integrate this equation. So this integration of this equation, it is dx upon under root a square minus x square is equal to integration of omega into d. So what is the integration of this term? The integration of this term is nothing but the sine inverse of x divided by a, which is equal to this omega into t plus a constant of integration alpha. So the sine inverse of x by a is equal to omega t plus alpha. Therefore, this x by a is equal to sine omega t plus alpha. Or we can write this x is equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. So what is this? This is the displacement of the particle performing simple harmonic motion after time t, if it is moving with angular velocity omega. Now, what is this alpha? This alpha is called as the initial phase. It is also known as the epoch. So, if at x equal to 0, if we keep x equal to 0, then what is the value of alpha? So, when the particle starts from mean position, then what is the value of alpha, that is epoch or initial phase? So, if x equal to 0, so this equation becomes 0 equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. Okay, or we can also write this equation as this sine omega t plus alpha is equal to 0. But what is the value of this angle? The value of this angle should be equal to 0. Therefore, we can write this sign of 0 equal to 0. So we write this alpha is equal to 0. So when the particles start from the mean position, this particle start from the mean position, we can say that there will be the initial phase alpha is equal to 0. So if the particles start from extreme position, that is the maximum displacement, which is nothing but the amplitude. Therefore, we keep x equal to a. So this is a is equal to sine omega t plus alpha. Okay, so this a will cancel, here remaining 1. 1 is equal to sine omega. What is t? This t is nothing but 0 because it is starting. So it is plus alpha. So this is 1 equal to sine alpha. Therefore, this alpha is equal to 5 by 2, which is equal to 90. So when the particle is starting from mean position, this epoch or initial phase equal to 0, and when the particle is starting from the extreme position, the epoch or the initial phase equal to 90 degree. So in today's lecture, we derive the solution of differential equation of simple harmonic motion, as well as we derive the relation for the velocity and the displacement of the particle, and then we find out the values of epoch, that is initial phase, when it is starting from the mean position and the extreme position. In the next lecture, we are going to see another properties, that is graphical representation of the simple harmonic motion. So this is enough for today. Have a good day. Bye.